What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Spade here, and welcome to September's monthly discussion. Literally just finished the YouTube discussion, which literally was a half hour, and somehow I think this video is going to be even longer. Although it is still September 26th, and the time right now is 10:03 p.m. Either or. Let's start things off with pickups. So, first off, the next video I'm doing is an update video, so. And that kind of ties into why I ended up getting a few pickups this month. I'm not going to bother talking about that in this video. I could have, but it seemed better to do that. To do so, what am I trying to say? It would be better for me to do a separate video for why. But regardless, to make a long story short, this was pretty much my last few times going shopping in a certain town. So I decided to get a few more pickups from there for the last time. Possibly the last time. Never know, it could be out that way eventually again. But regardless, this month's pickups only happened for that reason. It's DVDs. I ended up picking up the movie Spooky Buddies. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, I think that's actually the name of it. Spooky Buddies. I have never seen this movie before. I've always wanted to, but I either just never got around to it, or I was stubborn and I wanted to try and see the movie in a certain way back in the day, who knows. There are plenty of weird reasons why I never watched movies I've always wanted to watch. But that's one of them. So I can finally watch Spooky Buddies when I get around to it. Also ended up picking up a movie called The Dog Who Saved Halloween. I have never heard of this movie before. I figured since October's around the corner, I picked these two movies up. I also ended up picking up a dual DVD movie thing for Alvin and the Chipmunks. So we now have Alvin and the Chipmunks meet Frankenstein, I believe is the name of one of them. And the other one would be Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the werewolf. I know I saw the werewolf one way back in the day. I've been wanting to see it again for years, and I just haven't been able to find it anywhere, really. It hasn't been on TV or anything. So I decided to pick that up. Both of those movies up. On the same TV, so. Yeah. Whether or not I saw the Frankenstein one, I'm not sure. Probably, but who knows. I actually really do like the old school original type of Alvin and the Chipmunks movies, to be honest. Actually, it seems to be the best. But then again, I haven't seen those since I was like a kid. So it's something interesting to rewatch / watch those 4 movies at some point when I get around to it. So that's it for movies for this month. For pickups at least. As for games, I ended up somehow picking up a physical copy of WarioWare Get It Together. I genuinely did not think I would find a physical copy for this game. Genuinely did not think I would find a copy for it. I actually thought I would have to buy it digitally. But I was lucky enough to find one. On top of that, to find one, I believe I found it 5 days after the game actually released. And I will be talking about this game again in a bit. But moving on, I also ended up picking up, I'm probably butchering the name of this one, a game called Indivisible. I can't fucking say it. I'm probably butchering the hell out of it. I did look up how to pronounce it literally the same day I got it, but I forget how you pronounce it already. Regardless, I only picked this game up for the simple reason of the back cover simply says action RPG platformer or platforming or whatever. So all I really saw was RPG. Alright, let's pick it up and try it later on at some point. Although I ended up picking up that game for $20, I believe. As for WarioWare Get Together, I think I picked that up for, if you're counting tax, probably $70 or so. When it comes to the DVDs, the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies end up getting that for $10, and the other 2 movies for $5. As for other games, I end up picking up Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet for $15. I figured, why not for $15? I know there are a lot of Sword Art Online games out there, and I can't deny I've been a little bit curious on what those games are like. So I figured I might as well just pick it up to try it at some point. I was simply curious on how those games played, if anything. I might, at the bare minimum, do a one-off video for that at some point. Because I've never checked out any Sword Art Online games before. So that would be like a blind one-off type video thing I could do. I have no intentions of let's playing it though. So that's why I said one off. Whenever I get around to trying it, I have no idea. But I also end up picking up Trauma Team and Trauma Center for the Nintendo Wii. The only reason I picked up these two games was simply because Atlas. I'm pretty sure Atlas is not available for these games, or at the very least, the publisher for them. Regardless, back in the day, I feel like I've heard something about these games, these type of games being, or these series of games rather, being pretty good story-wise. So I figured, why the hell not? Let's pick them up and try them at some point. Chances are those are probably one-offs as well. Or mini-series, who knows. I got them to try, at the very least. I also ended up picking up, for the PS3, GTA San Andreas. So in other words, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The last of like the PS2 era GTA games I never actually had access to. We will be talking about that again in a bit. I also ended up picking up Spyro, a Dragon's... no. Spyro, a Hero's Tale. I think that's the name of it. How the fuck I got Dragon out of Hero? I have no idea. I had my eye on that game for a while, so I figured, why not? Wasn't really fond of the price for it though. That game was $20, so yeah. Whether that's worth it, I have no idea. But I can at least say I finally have a PS2 Spyro the Dragon game at least. Chances are it's something I'm just gonna play on my own time at some point. Regardless, I think that's actually it. I'm literally just checking. Yeah, that is literally it for pickups. So I definitely picked up quite a few things. I definitely would have picked up more. But of course, you do need money to get more stuff. I picked up what I could. Regardless, that was everything for pickups. Sad thing is, chances are every one of those games, I'm just gonna play on my own time. But again, there's a possibility for at least a one-off or maybe a 2 or 3 video mini-series for some of them. Who knows? Beats you when the hell I'll get around to playing anything though. Now when it comes to games I've played this month, oh boy. We kind of have a lot to talk about here. I didn't play too much I still did a lot within this month. So, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Literally, last night, I tried this game for the first time ever. And honestly, it's better than I thought it would be. Somehow. Somehow it's better than I thought it would be. It's easier to play than GTA Vice City, which I also played a bit of this month. Not much, but a bit of. I only have that game digitally for the PS3. So yeah. No, I think I just need to put in time into these older GTA games to get a feel for the land, so to speak, and memorize the roads. Because I think that's really my big issue with them. Surprisingly, though, comparing Vice City to San Andreas, San Andreas is somehow easier for me to just roam around the area in somehow. Even though I've never played the game before. I'm definitely having fun with it, surprisingly. And again, we will be talking about San Andreas and Vice City again later on in the video about something else. So yeah. So I ended up playing those two games a bit. I did the first few missions in San Andreas last night. And when it comes to Vice City, I think I just fooled around a little and tried to see if I could memorize some of the roads. And that was pretty much it for that game. I also ended up playing WarioWare Get It Together from start to finish. So in other words, I beat this game within the same week the game came out. Somehow. This game was a lot easier than I thought it would be. You know, I thought going into this game I'm gonna struggle like hell to play through this. I'm probably only going to get through maybe 2 or 3 stages of mini games, and that would be it. Now, I played through the whole fucking game in a night. In a fucking night. I never unlocked everything or anything, but I played through the whole story in one night. I did try playing this game the old school type of way, aka trial and error until you win. But the game actually has a bit of a feature to where you can just continue from where you lost all of your lives, which made the game a lot easier. I did try to do things a bit old school by starting from scratch a few times, but that was mainly just to try and see more of the minigames, if anything. And now here's the funny thing about this game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say this. Originally, I dove into recording this game as like a one-off, most likely, video, or potentially a mini-series that would end to where whenever I would get stuck in the game. But because this game was basically just easier than the other Warrior Wheel game I played back in the day, this ended up being a Let's Play. I was originally diving into recording this game as a one-off or a very brief mini-series. Literally, in the first few minutes of recording, I'm saying this might be a one-off, this might be a mini-series. If by somehow I beat this game, I'll just make this a Let's Play. And guess what? It became a Let's Play. This literally became a Let's Play. So yeah, played the whole game in a night. I believe it took me a little over 4 hours. At the end of the recording, I thought I was playing for like around 5 hours. But it seems like it was a little over 4. So I'm gonna try and see if I can split all of that recording into 8 episodes, if possible. It might be shorter than that. Currently, I do not have the time to actually edit it, so I have no idea when this playthrough will be going up. I do not have a clue in that regard. So yeah, we have that as the 19th Let's Play. So yeah, there's that. It was an absolute blast to play though. Wasn't thinking it was gonna be a Let's Play, and it ended up being one. Regardless, yeah, let's just move on to the next game. You're gonna find out what this game is October 1st. Anyway, so on August 31st, I started up playing the October Project, which during the August monthly discussion, I said I might just say fuck it and play a certain game. And well, I did exactly that. I ended up saying fuck it and just ended up playing Metal Gear Rising as the October Project. So that is a 12 episode Let's Play. I'm most likely going to play through the DLC, especially if you guys are interested in seeing me play the DLC for that game. And on top of that, actually play through the DLC blind. The Let's Play for the story mode is not blind at all. It's not. But the DLC I know nothing about. So that'll be interesting to play through and to seek up on the channel if you're interested in me doing so at some point. I could have played through the DLC this month, but honestly, I just didn't want to bother with it this month. That's literally the only reason I never played it. This month, I just didn't want to bother. And I'm probably not going to have the time to do so until like November. So yeah. So not only did I end up playing through all of the story mode. Well, first off, you're probably not going to like the difficulty I'm playing on, but honestly, I don't care. This playthrough was such a fucking blast. I'm still having a blast editing it, despite all the technical issues and bullshit. I think this is one of my more favorite Let's Plays I've done so far, to my surprise. Despite the difficulty I'm playing on for this playthrough, the game was a fucking blast to play through. I have to admit, the final boss was not as difficult as I would have thought, even on the difficulty I'm playing on. Or was playing on, rather. So when it comes to the posting schedule for that Let's Play, that's gonna be a little bit iffy, if anything, because I just don't really have the time to edit everything. If I'm lucky, I might be able to, but it's hard to say right now. Regardless, we didn't just play through one entire game, we played through 2 entire games this month, which is insane. So that is literally 2 games off of the backlog list for me, which is great. But we also did play through a few other games, I believe. I also ended up playing a bit more Red Dead Redemption 2 this month. So yes, we do have a bonus episode. And when I say episode, I mean recording session. I have no interest in splitting this up. The entire recording session is going to be one video. Whenever I get around to briefly editing the recording session, putting that through the video editor, rendering it, and uploading it, that's something I'm going to have to do whenever I get access to much better internet, because otherwise it's going to take like a few weeks to upload probably. Uploading here is fucking painful. It truly is painful to upload videos here. It takes so long, even for the shortest of videos. So the bonus episode video for this, for Red Dead Redemption 2, that I ended up doing this month was literally, what's the exact time on this actually? Like, I know the actual time, but I want to know minutes wise for it. Oh wow, I was actually right on the money with my guess. I knew it was this long, but for some reason I thought it was 3 minutes longer. Apparently it's not. So it is a 3 hour and 40-minute video / play session. We pretty much just play poker for the hell of it. I felt like playing poker in Red Dead Redemption 2 one night for the hell of it, and I figured why not just record. So we did that at first, then we ended up doing some more of the gambler challenges. We did a bit of other challenges nearing the end of the recording session when I gave up on the gambler challenges for that night. I actually go over pretty interesting and I guess you could say weird topics / conversation you really don't see much, if anyone, really talking about here on YouTube in that video within like the first half hour, 40 minutes. I might regret uploading it if I ever get around to doing so, because I feel like that conversation might piss some people off. Maybe, who knows. But regardless, I had an absolute fucking blast with that recording. That was just really fun to do. It truly was. Unfortunately, I never got around to playing East 9 this month. I was hoping to possibly finish the game this month, but at this point, it's just not possible. For reasons I'll go over in an update on why I just don't have the time. So yeah, I think that's actually every game I end up playing this month. I'm pretty sure. It seems like it. Yeah, I think that is everything. Oh, wait. There is one more. I might be mistaking this with last month, though. If I am, then oh well. If I'm not, then great. But I'm pretty sure I also played some more Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth this month. I only did some level grinding attempts to level grind and to de-digivolve and to evolve our Digimon. So I did that for a while, just randomly one night. I think that was this month, but that could have been last month. My memory's terrible. Regardless, though, I think that's everything when it comes to games I've played this month. As for what I end up watching this month, now the reason I was even into GTA this month was I finally finished up watching a 100% Let's Play of GTA Vice City, and I'm currently still watching a 100% playthrough of San Andreas this month as well. I'm currently still watching someone's playthrough for that, which I also tried watching a few months back, but for whatever reason dropped. So picking up from just watching that again all the way to the end. I think I'm like halfway through that playthrough at this point, watching it. And that's the only Let's Plays I pretty much watched. There might have been a few other things, but I'm not quite sure. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last month or fine, it could have been fucking July. But around maybe July, but most likely August, I watched one episode for a TV show called The Pinkertons. I watched the first episode of that last month. I probably should have watched that again this month, but I didn't. But this month I picked up where I left off. So I started from episode 2 for the Pinkertons this month and binge watched the fuck out of that show this month. I think I basically watched the entire show within like 30 hours, not counting the first episode. And every episode's 45 minutes long. The series is only 22 episodes long, I think, if I recall. Really wish they did one more fucking episode. The first episode for the show is honestly pretty boring overall. But once you watch that second episode, you're pretty much hooked. Well, at least I was. Clearly. This show was really good. Unfortunately, the show ends on a fucking cliffhanger, and the show never comes back for a season 2. This show came out around 2014, 2015. The most recent thing regarding the show was 2016. So it's safe to say the show's never coming back. Unfortunately. The show ends on a cliffhanger, which annoys the fuck out of me. But at the very least, the show is still worth watching every episode for. Even though it ends on a cliffhanger, hear me out. Every episode is its own thing, with some callbacks to older episodes, like characters being mentioned later on in the show, and so on. But overall, every episode is its own thing. It's its own mystery. So in the end, it's still worth watching. Highly recommended. Despite the fucking cliffhanger. I also give this show, to be honest, an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it enough, so yeah. Now, with a show called The Pinkertons, you would think that this would be a show about the Pinkertons versus outlaws. But that's not really the case, to be honest. It's more of a murder mystery type show, to where, okay, a murder happened, who the fuck's the killer? Who killed someone in this episode? Sometimes it's pretty obvious that, okay, this person did it. But in other episodes, because in other episodes, the show constantly keeps you guessing at who it is who commit the murder. And for me, sometimes I was just like, during the obvious episodes, okay, I could tell right away you're the one who fucking did it. Now the question is, how did you pull it off? And then there are those other episodes to where they keep you constantly guessing, and it's just like, okay, I think you did it. No, wait, maybe it's you. Nope, oh, it was definitely her. Wait, what? It wasn't? So it just keeps you constantly guessing at times. And that was honestly probably the most fun part about the show. Just trying to guess who the killer is. And pretty much trying to figure out how they really did things. Or why they did it, rather. And that was the most fun part about the show. Try and take a guess at who did it. Really good show overall. Again, despite that fucking cliffhanger. Great show though, recommend it highly. So yeah, the show again is from 2014-15-ish. Still recommended. I think I might have watched a movie or two this month, potentially. I probably don't even remember. Or not. I maybe did, maybe not. But I do know one thing I did watch at least. For whatever reason, I ended up watching, or rather rewatching, what's the full name of it again? I have no idea. I have no idea. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. 1998. I ended up rewatching that for some reason. Actually, I had a pretty decent time rewatching it. I literally just want to be sure that I wasn't just gonna flat out say, return to Zombie Island. To be honest, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is probably one of the more better older Scooby-Doo movies, in my opinion. Beyond that, though, that's the only movie I can remember off the top of my head that I ended up watching. Beyond that, I continued watching Big Brother Season 23, the US version of the show. That season ends this month. So that literally ends in a few days. Still probably one of the more weaker seasons out of what few seasons for the show I even watched. I believe I also ended up watching a few episodes for American Pickers as well. And I don't know, I think that might actually just be it. Oh, right. I finished off watching everything I currently have access to watching for The Simpsons. So yeah, finally done watching most of that series. So yeah. Did I miss out on much by not really watching a lot of it or a great deal of it as a kid or whatever? Honestly, not really. It's not the best show, but it's not the worst. It's quite literally just dead even, really. It's okay. I'm not really missing out on much. Was there even anything else? I'm like over here trying to contemplate what the fuck else I watch. I just can't think of it. I know there was a few other things. Oh, and I've been watching a TV show called Dirty Rotten Cleaners. Dirty Rotten Cleaners. It's a good show, but at the same time, it's disgusting as fuck. To the point where you gotta get up and just look away. And yet the people on the show are just amazing. I think that's why I'm still even watching it. At this point, I think I've seen like the first 5 episodes, I believe. And there's like 8 episodes out currently. That's not how many more episodes for the show I'm even gonna watch, to be honest. And again, I'm just trying to think what else was there. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that's it. I think that's everything. Nearly fucking 50 minutes in, really. I still have one more video to do. I guess I'll call things here, and until next time, stay golden.